Sit down comfortably close to me because we need to speak about what is happening in the skies right now and how it touches the very center of your heart. My dear Libra, the storm has not passed. It has simply changed its form into something deeper and more profound, because as we wake up on this morning of November 28th, the universe is no longer just whispering. It is singing a song that your soul has been waiting to hear for a very long time. You see, yesterday on the 27th, a massive portal opened up a gateway that does not appear but once in decades. And now on this day, the 28th, and continuing through tomorrow, the 29th, you are walking directly through the corridors of this energy. The moon has entered Pisces, and Saturn has finally turned direct in that same mystical sign. And for you specifically born under the sign of the scales, this is a moment that challenges your very nature in the most beautiful way possible. You are a creature of air living often in the brilliance of your mind, analyzing, weighing, balancing, and trying to find the perfect equilibrium in everything you see and touch. But listen to what the stars are asking of you right now, because they are asking you to drop that analysis and surrender to the water, to feelings that have no logic, but hold all the truth. It is a time when your intellect must bow down to your intuition, and I know this can feel uncomfortable for you, because you like to know the reasons why things happen. You like to have a map for the road ahead. But today and tomorrow there is no map. There is only the flow of the river, and you must trust that it is taking you exactly where you need to go. And in the comments write, I am ready to release the need for control and embrace the wisdom of my heart. This affirmation is your anchor, because right now the energy is swirling with a potency that can feel overwhelming if you try to rationalize it. We are in the midst of a Grand Water Trine involving Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn, and this is significant for you more than any other sign because Venus is your ruler, the planet that governs your life, your path, and your essence. Right now, your ruler Venus is not walking through a garden of light flowers. She is deep in the intense and transformative waters of Scorpio, and she is not alone there. She is holding hands with Lilith, the black moon. Do you understand what this means for you? My dear Libra, it means that the polite, smiling version of yourself, the one that nods to keep the peace, the one that swallows words to avoid conflict, is being asked to step aside so that the raw, authentic, and powerful version of you can step forward. This is about relationships, yes, but not just with others. It is primarily about the relationship you have with your own shadow, with the parts of yourself you have hidden away because you thought they were too much or too intense or not perfect enough for the world to see. Lilith in Scorpio, conjunct your ruler. Venus is unlocking a power in you that you perhaps feared, but now must claim. It represents the wild, untamed part of you that knows exactly what it wants and is no longer willing to apologize for it. On this day, November 28th, as Saturn stations direct in Pisces, it is creating a container for all this intensity. Usually water spills everywhere, emotions run wild and get lost in the sand. But Saturn is the great builder, the cosmic architect, and he is building a vessel, a structure to hold your deepest dreams and your most intense desires. This is why you might feel a strange pressure today, a sensation that is both heavy and exciting at the same time, like the atmosphere before a great thunderstorm breaks. Your body knows what is happening, even if your mind is still trying to catch up, and you may have felt this in your sleep. perhaps waking up between 2 and 4 in the morning, with vivid dreams or symbols flashing in your mind's eye. These are not just random firings of the brain. They are messages from the deep knowing that resides within you. The universe is downloading information into your nervous system, preparing you for a timeline shift that is available right now during these 48 hours. You see, Libra, you have a unique gift of seeing both sides of every situation, but sometimes this gift becomes a trap because you stay in the middle, undecided, hesitant, fearing that if you choose one path, you lose the other. But the energy of these days, November 28th and 29th, does not support hesitation. It demands clarity. It demands that you choose with your whole heart, not with your pro and con lists. Saturn in Pisces is asking you to manifest not what you think you should want, not what society expects of you, or what your family thinks is success, but what your soul truly craves when all the noise is silenced. This is the purification process that the symbol of Saturn's degree speaks of. It is about cleaning away the false ideals, the material expectations that have corrupted your vision, and returning to the essence of who you are. For you, this often manifests in how you relate to others. Are you in relationships or jobs or situations simply because they are comfortable or because they look good on paper? Or are you there because they resonate with the deepest truth of your being? This portal is a filter, and only what is real can pass through it. So if you feel uncomfortable today, if you feel a friction in your interactions, understand that this is the universe showing you where you are out of alignment. It is not a punishment. It is a correction, a loving nudge to get you back on the path that leads to your highest destiny. The moon in Pisces brings a flood of vision and feeling, and for an air sign like you, this can feel like drowning if you fight it. But if you float, if you allow yourself to feel the sadness, the joy, the longing without judging it, you will find that these emotions are actually the fuel you need to build the life you want. You are being asked to come down from the ivory tower of your thoughts and get your hands dirty in the clay of creation. Thoughts are fast and light, but they cannot build a house on their own. They need the water of emotion to bind the bricks of reality together. This is the alchemy of the Grand Water Trine, combined with Saturn's direct motion. It is the perfect blend of dreaming and doing, of feeling and forming. November 28th carries the vibration of integration, where you are absorbing the massive download of energy that started yesterday. You might feel a need for solitude, which is rare for you who loves company, but honor that need, because in the silence, you will hear the instructions for the next steps. Do not rush to fill the silence with chatter or music or scrolling through screens. Just sit with yourself and let the energy settle. You might feel physical symptoms like tingling in your hands, especially the palms, or a pressure in your chest or temples. These are activation points. Your energy body is upgrading to handle a higher frequency of reality. The universe is rewriting your timeline for the year 2026, and the work you do today and tomorrow is laying the foundation for that future. Remember that Saturn is preparing to leave Pisces and enter Aries in the future, and when that happens, the energy will shift from water to fire, from dreams to action. So this time right now is precious. It is the final phase of the gestation period, where the baby is still in the womb, growing, forming, getting ready to face the world. You are that baby, and you are also the mother birthing yourself anew. The influence of Venus in Scorpio during this time cannot be overstated for you. It is digging deep into your subconscious regarding your values and your worth. Have you been accepting less than you deserve simply to maintain harmony? Have you been giving away your power to keep others happy? Lilith is here to tell you that those days are over. She is handing you a sword, not to hurt others, but to cut the cords that bind you to smallness. This is a time of empowerment, but empowerment often feels scary at first because it requires us to stand alone in our truth. But you are not alone. The entire cosmos is conspiring to support this new version of you. As we move through the hours of November 28th, the energy is thickening, becoming more tangible. The initial shock of the portal opening is settling into a steady hum of power. You can use this power to restructure your emotional life. This is what we call emotional architecture. It is about building internal walls that are strong enough to protect your peace, but flexible enough to let love in. It is about defining your boundaries not as barriers, but as the sacred perimeter of your kingdom. Saturn loves boundaries, and he rewards those who respect them. If you have been struggling with a toxic dynamic in a relationship or a draining situation at work, now is the moment to draw the line in the sand. Not with anger, but with the calm certainty of someone who knows their worth. The universe respects clarity, and when you are clear about who you are and what you accept, the world rearranges itself to match that frequency. November 29th will bring a slightly different flavor to this energy as the moon moves deeper into its journey and the reality of Saturn's direct motion starts to take root in the physical world. While the 28th is about feeling and internalizing, the 29th is about anchoring and stabilizing. But we must stay present in this moment of the 28th first, because there is so much work being done in the invisible realms. Your intuition is your superpower right now. Usually you rely on your logic, but today your gut feeling is more accurate than any analysis you could perform. If something feels off, it is off. If something feels right, even if it makes no logical sense, trust it. This is the water energy guiding the air. It is the mist clearing to reveal the mountain. You might find yourself drawn to creative activities today, and this is excellent, because creativity is the bridge between the subconscious and the conscious mind. Paint, write, dance, sing, do anything that allows the energy to move through you without passing through the filter of the analytical mind. This is how you manifest in this portal. You do not force, you flow. You do not demand, you attract. And for a Libra, this lesson is crucial, because you often try to mentally engineer your life to look a certain way, but true manifestation comes from the vibration you emit, not the plans you make. Your vibration is being purified by this Saturn Pisces energy. It is scrubbing away the doubt, the fear, the hesitation. It is revealing the diamond of your true self that has been buried under layers of social conditioning. You are being asked to be real, raw, honest. And this honesty starts with yourself. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, what do I really want? Not what do I want people to think I want, but what creates a fire in my belly. That fire is the beacon that the universe is looking for. The conjunction of Venus and Lilith is also activating your sector of resources and self-esteem. This could manifest as a realization about your financial path or a new understanding of your talents. Perhaps you have been playing small, hiding your gifts because you didn't want to outshine anyone. Lilith says shine. She says take up space. She says your abundance does not take away from anyone else. It only adds to the light of the world. As the hours pass on this day, you are integrating these lessons. It might feel like a lot of ups and downs emotionally. One moment you might feel on top of the world, capable of anything. and the next moment a wave of old grief might wash over you. This is normal. Do not fight the grief. Let it wash through you. It is just energy moving. It is the cleaning of the vessel. Saturn requires a clean foundation before he builds, and so the old debris must be washed away. This is why the Grand Water Trine is so effective. It creates a circuit of flow that flushes out the stagnation. Jupiter in Cancer is expanding your capacity to feel safe within yourself, even amidst the changes. It is the benevolent protector, ensuring that even as you tear down old structures, you are held in a loving embrace. You are safe to fall apart so that you can come back together better than before. The concept of the timeline shift is very real during these 48 hours. Every decision you make, every thought you entertain, every emotion you align with is selecting a version of the future. Do you choose the timeline of fear and repetition, or do you choose the timeline of courage and expansion? It is a choice you make moment by moment. When you catch yourself worrying about the future, you are choosing the old timeline. When you stop, breathe, and choose to trust, you are jumping to the new timeline. It is that simple and that difficult. The universe is watching your vibration, responding to your certainty. Manifest what you know, not just what you hope for. This distinction is vital. Hope implies a lack, implies that you are waiting for something outside of you to happen. Knowing implies possession, implies that it is already yours in the energetic realm, and it is just a matter of time before it materializes. Saturn rewards the knowing. He rewards the work, the discipline of the mind and spirit. So your work today is to discipline your focus. Keep your eyes on the vision of the life you are creating. Do not let the distractions of the world pull you off course. The 28th of November is a day to be the guardian of your own mind. You are the gatekeeper. You decide what thoughts get to stay and which ones must go. This is the mental discipline that Saturn brings to your airy nature. It helps you focus your brilliant mind like a laser beam, rather than letting it scatter like a diffused light. With this focus, you can achieve miracles. You can bend reality. You can attract the love, the abundance, the peace that you have always sought. But it requires you to be present, fully here. Not in the past, regretting, not in the future, worrying, but here in the now, where all power exists. As we move towards the evening of the 28th, pay attention to the synchronicities, the numbers on the clock, the songs on the radio, the chance encounters. These are the universe winking at you, confirming that you are on the right track. The veil between the worlds is thin right now, and your guides are close, whispering encouragement. Listen to them. They are telling you that you are ready. You have done the preparation. You have walked through the fire and the water, and you are still standing. Now it is time to build. It is time to make it real. The transition into November 29th will be subtle but profound. As you sleep tonight, your subconscious will continue the work, sorting, filing, and organizing the energetic upgrades you have received. When you wake up on the 29th, the energy will feel slightly more solid. The frantic intensity of the portal opening will have settled into a steady hum of determination. November 29th is the day to take the concrete steps. If the 28th was about the internal shift, the 29th is about the external action. Saturn loves action. He does not just want you to dream, he wants you to do. But the action you take on the 29th must be inspired action. It must come from that place of deep knowing that you cultivated on the 28th. It is not about busy work. It is about effective movement. For a Libra, this might mean finally having that difficult conversation you have been avoiding. It might mean sending that application, starting that project, or making that investment. It is about putting a stake in the ground and saying, this is who I am, and this is what I am doing. The fear might still be there, but you will act in spite of it. That is what courage is. It is not the absence of fear, it is the triumph over it. And with Venus and Lilith backing you up, you have a fierce courage available to you right now. Use it. Do not let this opportunity pass. The universe does not open these doors every day. This is a rare convergence, an alignment of forces that is designed to propel you forward into a new chapter of your life. The sun of November 29th rises with a different quality of light. My dear Libra, can you feel it? Where yesterday was a storm of opening, a rushing river of feelings breaking through the dam, today is the day the water begins to find its new path, carving a riverbed that will sustain you for years to come. The initial shock of the portal opening has passed, and now we are in the phase of integration, where the magic of the cosmos must be woven into the fabric of your daily existence. You are an air sign accustomed to the realm of ideas and swift communication, but today the universe is asking you to slow down and feel the weight of your own existence. This heaviness you might be feeling is not a burden, it is the sensation of gravity. It is Saturn putting his hand on your shoulder and asking you to stand still long enough to build something real. The moon is still swimming through the deep waters of Pisces, and as it creates this rare alignment with Saturn, it is forming a bridge between what your soul dreams of and what your hands can touch. For you specifically, this is a profound lesson in trust, because you often try to balance the scales before you even take a step. You weigh every option, you calculate every outcome. But the energy of this day, November 29th, requires you to step onto the bridge before you can see the other side. It is about trusting that the structure is solid, because you are building it with the bricks of your own authenticity. Let us speak about the specific gifts this portal offers you right now, because there are 3 distinct types of manifestation available to you in these precious hours, and you need to know which one calls to your spirit. The first is material manifestation, which is Saturn's specialty, making the intangible tangible. For a Libra, this often relates to your environment, your home, or your partnerships. Perhaps you have been dreaming of a space that truly reflects your inner beauty, or a collaboration that brings financial abundance. The energy today is ripe for accelerating these concrete results. But remember, Saturn does not give gifts to those who are idle. He rewards the effort you have already put in. If you have been working towards a goal, today is the day to push it over the line, to send that email, to sign that paper, to make the physical gesture that says, I am ready to receive. The second gift is what we call emotional architecture, and this is perhaps the most important for you, my child. You are a master of social architecture, of building bridges between people. But how often do you tend to the structure of your own heart? This portal, powered by the Grand Water Trine, allows you to heal old family patterns, to set boundaries that are not walls, but sanctuaries, and to create a sense of security that does not depend on anyone else's approval. You are building a fortress of self-love that no external storm can shake. And the third gift is the timeline shift, the most mystical and profound possibility of all. The veil is so thin right now that you can literally choose to step into a different version of your life, a version where you are no longer playing small, where you are no longer the supporting actor in someone else's movie, but the star of your own. This requires a total energetic shift, a refusal to entertain the doubts of the past, and a complete commitment to the future you desire. As you move through this day, November 29th, pay close attention to the specific degree where Saturn has stationed direct 25 degrees and 9 minutes of Pisces. In the ancient wisdom of astrology, every degree holds a secret image, a symbol that unlocks its deeper meaning, and the symbol for this degree speaks of purification of an organization, overcoming corrupting influences to return to its true spiritual purpose. What does this mean for you, my Libra? It means the time of pretending is over. It means that any relationship, any job, any social circle that asks you to compromise your integrity or to be a version of yourself that feels fake must be purified or released. You have a natural gift for diplomacy, for making things pleasant. But sometimes this diplomacy becomes a mask, a way to avoid the messy truth. Saturn is asking you to take off the mask. He is saying that the portal to your dreams is narrow, and only the authentic you can fit through it. The version of you that agrees just to keep the peace cannot enter. The version of you that says yes when you mean no cannot enter. Only the raw, honest, naked truth of who you are is allowed to pass into this new timeline. This might feel scary because you fear that if you stop pleasing others, they will leave. But let me tell you a secret. Those who leave when you show your true self were never really with you. To begin with, they were only with the mask. You must understand that this is the final act of a long play that started back in March of 2023. Saturn has been teaching you these lessons in Pisces for years now, and this is the last time he will turn direct in this sign before he moves into Aries in 2026. This is your graduation exam. Once Saturn enters Aries, the energy will change completely. It will shift from water to fire, from dissolving to initiating, from dreaming to acting. The year 2026 will be a time of bold action and aggressive forward movement. But you cannot build a house while the fire is burning. You must build it now, while the waters are calm and the cement can set. The emotional infrastructure you build today on November 29th is the shelter that will protect you when the fires of transformation sweep through next year. Think of this day as packing your survival kit for the future. What values do you want to carry with you? What beliefs do you want to keep? And what heavy baggage are you finally ready to leave behind at the station? So what must you do with these remaining hours of the portal? How do you actively co-create with this massive energy instead of just letting it wash over you? There are 3 non-negotiable steps you must take before this energy dissipates. First, you must clarify your vision with absolute precision. The universe cannot deliver a package if the address is blurry. Do not just say, "I want love" or "I want success." Be specific. Describe the feeling of the hand you want to hold. Describe the view from the window of the office you want to occupy. Write it down. Draw it. Speak it out loud. Make it real in your mind. Second, you must release the old. And this is often the hardest part for you because you hold on to people and memories with a sentimental grip. But you cannot fill a cup that is already full. Identify one thing today, just one specific pattern or belief or obligation that drains your energy, and consciously let it go. Delete the number, throw away the object, cancel the subscription. Make a physical action that signals to the universe that you are done with that chapter. And third, you must anchor the new. This is the step that seals the magic. You must take a concrete action in the physical world. that demonstrates your faith in your new reality plant. A seed. Start the project. Make the call. Buy the domain name. Do something that moves your dream from the realm of the head into the realm of the hands. Saturn demands this proof of commitment. He wants to see that you are willing to work for what you want. Do not let the day of November 29th pass like any other ordinary Friday. It is not ordinary. It is a bridge between eras. Your body might be feeling the intensity. You might feel a buzzing in your limbs, or a sudden wave of fatigue, or a burst of unexplained energy. These are symptoms of your energetic upgrade. Your system is recalibrating to hold more light, more power, more truth. Be gentle with yourself. Drink plenty of water. Stay close to the ground. Perhaps walk barefoot on the earth if you can, to help discharge the excess charge. If you feel overwhelmed by the emotions of others, which is a common struggle for you, as you absorb the energies around you like a sponge, take time to retreat into your own sanctuary. Silence the noise of the world so you can hear the whisper of your own soul. The synchronicities will be your guide. Look for repeating numbers. Listen for overheard conversations that seem to answer your private questions. Notice the animals that cross your path. Nothing is a coincidence in this window of time. Everything is a message. Everything is a signpost, pointing you toward your highest timeline. My dear Libra, you are standing at the threshold of a new life. The universe has conspired to bring you to this exact moment of clarity and power. The planets have aligned, the waters have parted, and the path is open before you. But the stars can only illuminate the road, they cannot walk it for you. You must take the step. You must choose yourself. You must decide that you are worthy of the beauty and balance you so freely give to others. This portal is an invitation to come home to yourself, to reclaim the power you gave away, and to build a life that is not just aesthetically pleasing, but soulfully satisfying. The energy of Saturn and the Moon is a gift. Use it wisely. Use it bravely. As the sun sets on November 29th, know that the work you have done in the invisible realms is already taking root, and the harvest will be more magnificent than you can imagine. Walk in peace, walk in truth, and never forget that the balance you seek is already within you, waiting for you to stop moving the scales and just be.